good to see you, my friends. So, it's a tale for you, I'm sure. Yes? Yes! Now, I thought for today's tale, I'd tell you one from your side of the mist. It's one from the Isle of the Britons, and it's been told many times in many ways over the years, but this is the version we elves know the best. So, if you're ready, I'll tell you the tale of the farmer and the boggart. Long ago, a farmer gained for himself, through hard work and perseverance, a rich plot of land. But as he came to survey his new holdings, he had a terrible shock. For brazenly standing in the middle of his field was a boggart, a hairy brute, seeming to size up the land also, until he caught sight of the farmer and charged straight towards him, bellowing,
"Farmman, off me land, you!"
The farmer's natural impulse to run from such a beast was overtaken by his utter outrage that anyone would declare his hard-won land their own.
"Your land? This be my land! No, be gone with you!"
The boggart, not accustomed to being stood up to, became enraged.
"No, farm man, me land, you bones, I'll crush."
The farmer, though brave, knew he was no great knight or champion to battle with the boggart, and would surely perish under his blows. So he sought to come to terms with the boggart.
"Wait, do you even know the first thing about farming and how to work this land?"
The boggart put down his fists and thought for a moment. A puzzling thing for him indeed.
"No, farm man, me not know this."
"Well then, Sir Boggart, might I suggest that I farm the land and we share the fruits of it, if on your word you will not be crushing my bones, that is." The boggart, despite looking forward to crushing some bones, as it had been some days, agreed to the farmer's proposal.
"On me word."
"Now that that's all settled on, then, which will you be having?" The boggart, now having to think for the second time today, couldn't see the farmer's meaning and stared blankly back at him. "Which half will you be having then? The tops or the bottoms of our crop?"
The tops? No. Me having the bottoms, yes. The bottoms, yes.
"Very well, Sir Boggart. Then I shall have the tops of the crop." With all the details of their new deal worked out, the farmer set to planting the field. For this first growing season, the farmer sowed the field with seeds of wheat. The wheat grew strong and lush in the rich soil of the field until came the day of its harvest. The farmer toiled in the heat of the day, reaping the wheat, while the boggart lazed in the warmth of the sun. As the last bundle of wheat was stacked, the boggart strolled over to the farmer.
"Now me be having mine, farm man. Give."
"A deal is a deal, Sir Boggart." And with that, the farmer cut off the stalks of the wheat and handed them over to the boggart. "Here you go, Sir Boggart. They're all yours. The bottoms of our fruits of the field." The boggart's eyes flared as he cracked the stalks in his fists, growling from his stomach to his lips. He went to strike the farmer, but before the blow was to land, the farmer called out,
On your word, Sir Boggart!
The Boggart, with great strain, stayed his hand.
True to our agreement, you have the bottoms of the harvest. So now, before I plant the field, what will you be having this season? Tops or bottoms?
The Boggart fought as hard as he could.
Me not having bottoms again. Nah, me having the tops.
As you say, Sir Boggart, you'll have the tops of this season.
With that, he stomped off and left the farmer to sow the field again. This second season, the farmer planted turnips in the earth of the field. They grew plump and round in the rich soil until came the day of the harvest. The farmer's back grew to ache as he laboured to pull the turnips from the earth, while the Boggart reclined and dozed the day away. As the last sack was filled, the Boggart marched over to the farmer.
No bottoms, where's me tops?
The farmer, smiling, handed him a sack filled with turnip greens, all mangled from the pulling.
No, you tricks farm man, I no eat leaves. No, I crush bone.
Once again, the Boggart, filled with anger at being outsmarted, went to pummel the farmer.
On your word!
The farmer called out. The Boggart, remembering his bond, put his frustration to hurling a sack of turnip greens across the field instead.
No more tricks, no tops, no bottoms. Now me land, just me.
But you don't know how to farm, do you?
Me farm? Me so farm man do. No more need farm man.
The Boggart came out in a dull but evil grin. The farmer knew his time was now very short.
No, my Sir Boggart. If you think you can, please be my guest. But first, may I suggest before you crush my bones, I do presume, that we put your new farming skills to the test, in case you still need this farm man.
The Boggart once more looked blankly back at the farmer, so he continued on.
I will plant wheat again for the next harvest, and we'll have ourselves a mowing race. You take one half of the field and I'll take the other. The first to clear their half wins the whole field.
The Boggart's stare became stony.
That is, unless you're no farm man.
No, I win, I do. Boggart strong. You weak. I'll beat you.
With that declaration, the Boggart went back to dozing in the sun. After the wheat had grown high, the day of the harvest would come with the next dawn. But the farmer was in the field long before the dawn, for he had been weaving his way through the wheat of one half of the field throughout the night, planting iron stakes in amongst the wheat. All was ready when the Boggart turned up. Late, of course.
Now you lose.
Sir Boggart, ready when you are. Your half lies to the east. There.
And the two set themselves to the race. The farmer mowed down his half of the field as he'd always done, and his bundles of wheat steadily piled higher and higher. He called over to the Boggart with a smirk.
How goes it with you, Sir Boggart?
The only answer was the clang of iron and sickle, chorusing with the roar of the boggart's frustration. The farmer's pile grew higher still.
Sir Boggart, does your pile grow?
With a great outburst, the boggart answered,
I'm not. They not cut. Curse wait.
Red-faced and panting from the labour, his words became no more than a guttural howling as he threw down his sickle, blunted and chipped from the iron stakes.
I want no more.
Was the boggart's last words before he fled, still howling, never to be seen around any fields ever again, leaving the farmer to at long last enjoy the fruits of his labour. Isn't that just the best way to get rid of a lazy bully like that, eh? Show him some hard, honest work. Oh, now, writing your tales will be some fun, honest work, I'm sure. And I want to hear them, oh yes, to take back to Avalon. So please send them, with your elder, to bard.elven.tales @gmail.com. Oh, and do remember to like, subscribe and share this channel. The more we do, the more these wonderful tales and stories will spread. Oh, please leave a comment also, and I'll see you soon for more Bard Elven Tales.